Welcome back to the coverage of the COD Pro League. Mr. X joined by Looney. Now covering all the games tonight. We are actually going to be covering, we're going to be casting this next one. It's going to be Optic Gaming against Faze. Very good matchup. Gaming won 3-1 versus Rise. Yeah, and then I know on the other screen we actually have Open. Envy is up 1-0 against Justice. There you go. It's on your screens too now. And it looks like 1-1 in this Search and Destroy. Looney, Justice, infamously known for being pretty bad at Search and Destroy. Why?
I honestly did not know. I'm pretty sure they said they only won like one S&D at
they won one at Columbus.
That was their main reason for their placing. So honestly, I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with their S&D.
Yeah, I can't figure it out. I mean, they have capable players. They have players who
definitely
are very good. Mochillo, one of the best S&D players in Ghost.
Yeah.
No,
they really good SD player.
They just aren't able to put anything together in S&D. I know going into this Faze Optic Gaming match, Faze losing to AR, very shocking. You think they pull us out against Gaming?
No.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
It's a tough one.
I think. Is Faze the home team? I think even if Faze is the home team, Optic will still win the hardpoint. I think Faze will take the S&D, even on Optic's host. And then I think Optic wins the next two respawns.
Yeah,
I think 3-1 Optic.
I think to beat Optic, you kind of have to take that first respawn. I think that's where you put the pressure on. If you can win that first respawn, I actually invited you to the game. We're just waiting on you. If you can win that first respawn, I think that really kind of gives you that upper hand. Obviously, you need to win that S&D too. I think that really helps things, because then you're going to have two respawns to kind of play with a little bit. You see Nameless get a nice snipe on the right-hand side of the screen. Looks like the first map's going to be Detroit Hardpoint. I think this one definitely favors Optic, especially on Scump's host.
We beat Optic on this very map on Scump's host.
Yeah, let them know, Looney.
We're Warriors.
Yeah, TK the Warriors. Right now with those connections of your guys, but we can go straight into game where actually it's going to be loading up right now. Detroit Hardpoint on your screens. Who do you want to go on board with first?
Let's break off with Scump.
Yeah, Scump's the host. I mean, definitely
looking for break off with the host. See how he starts off his game.
Yeah, looking for him to play very well in this series. Looking for him to go off a little bit. I think the player that you're going to have to look out for Faze is going to be Huke, the sub. I think he's going to have to play very well for them to win.
Yeah, definitely. Especially if filling in Apathy shoes is really tough. He's an explosive player, always aggressive. Probably will always have the most kills and deaths. Always gets in a lot of altercations. And I think Huke is more of not really a passive player, but a player that baits his teammates a lot. He's always behind.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
and I think
Apathy is always someone that's up front. So that's probably why Faze is probably struggling with Huke on their team.
Yeah, anybody filling in for Apathy is in a pretty tough spot, I think, because he does. The things about Apathy is, he does everything well, and he's never out of position. You can always count on Apathy to be. During Ghost, he looked like he came up with every clutch kill, every clutch play you could imagine, and it's always because he's in the right position. You never catch Apathy, not looking the way he's supposed to look or not watching something that he's not supposed to watch. But just a very sound overall player.
Yeah.
And we're actually going to see Faze come out hot right off the break.
I'm looking at Huke's class, and he's using double stuns with danger close. I don't know if that's a class mix-up or something.
Yeah, that's kind of odd.
Yeah, that's weird. I don't know if he messed that class up or if he knows something that we don't.
I mean, Huke may know something about those stuns, and maybe that helps their blast rate. I really don't know. I can't see that doing anything. And Formal on your screen, he's going to be taking out Scump 6-3, Scump 7-3, 8-3 actually. He's going to be racking up kills in the hill. Him and Formal really keep them in this game at the start because Crim and Nade struggling a little bit.
Yeah, Crim, I don't know. He sometimes has those bad starts, but you can always look forward for him to just start destroying and get hot. As you get the 2-piece here for hill control. Yeah,
and it's going to be Aches leading the charge for Faze. Obviously, I think that's something we're going to see happen. I think, Aches loves to play against Optic Gaming. Though
Yeah.
one of the, I wouldn't even say it's any team versus Optic Gaming is the biggest rivalry in COD. I would say Aches versus Optic Gaming, whichever team Aches is on, is kind of the Optic Gaming's rival,
definitely.
and he always plays well against them, starting off 12-6, leading the room in the slaying department. Yeah, that's
pushed out ramp and Optic just spawned behind him. That's insane.
Yeah, I think, that's one thing that teams, they kind of start to realize is they need to leave somebody kind of all the way in the back, almost by the uplink portal. That's where you hold that spawn from. A lot of people think you hold it from that bottom garage area. It's actually held all the way in that plat by the uplink goal. So I think as teams go by, they'll probably leave a bow player down there, because if they put a person there, you see where Faze is spawning right now, all the way in the back by school. That is definitely the spawn you want them to have.
It's good news for Optic, though. They're winning, and Krim only has 2 kills.
Yeah.
Here's the lag in Garage show. That's terrible. And they showed a huge 2-piece there that get the trades, and Optic gets hill control.
Yeah, I know. Optic doing a good job holding this hill. They're going to have to get on this rotation, though. You're going to see Krim. He's going to pick up one. But you make a very good point. For Optic to be ahead and Krim not to be Krim as of yet, I mean, that is definitely a good sign for them.
And Detroit's one of those maps I was saying that has a hill that you want to win both times, and it's this hill right here. This post-patch, this is one of the easiest hills to hold. If Optic lays them out of back ramp here, they're gonna start spawning green, and it's really easy to hold. You can get a 50-second lead here. Let's see if Optic can trade. Yeah, there it is.
They're just gonna keep trying to push out the back. You're gonna see nade shot on your screen. He's just gonna pre-fire this back area. He's gonna take one. It's gonna be formal. He's actually gonna jump in the window, try and jump in the window. He's gonna pre-fire that back. He's actually gonna pick up one, but now it's just gonna be kind of swapping. But you see just the time from Optic being held pretty easily, and it's exactly what you're talking about, Looney. It's a very easy hill to hold.
Yeah, once you slay them all out and you have them spawning back alley, your whole team can focus on back alley, and it's one of the hardest hills to break. School's a good hill to hold. You just have to push out the cuts. You can spawn a team far out. SCC center here, playing a corner, gets taken out. Trades happen, and Optic gets hill control. See right here, you're gonna see 3 people probably get on the hill and 1 person focus mid street. It's the typical setup for School.
Yeah. I think this hill is also one that's pretty easy to hold if you can get there early enough.
Yeah.
I think a lot of teams, though, the teams will take so much time on that previous hill that they don't have an opportunity to rotate. So, I mean, you really only have to send 1 or 2 players. I think, what is the time that you guys are rotating off of that previous hill to this one, or is it all kind of situational?
It's situational. If you have hill control, you can always just rotate early and then outbeat them. But if not, you can always. I think if you set up a perfect pinch, you can break at School even if the other team rotates early.
Yeah, I think you can. I think if you pinch from both ways, I think you're able to get it. And going into the second rotation, the hills, Optic is up by a lot. We talked about Krim getting off to a very bad start. I mean, look at him now. He's 17-19. He has definitely picked it up.
That's why they're about to be up by almost 100 points. And there it is. We talked about it. Those stuns being a factor. Ace has a hardwire class. He's given up his position, so.
Yeah, he's opted
for hardwire and flak jacket. He doesn't want to get touched by no tacticals or lethals.
Yeah. I mean, couldn't he just run Exo Trophy instead?
Trophy only stops 2 stuns. You have a full meter, and if you block 2 stuns, your trophy is done. So if people are using 8 stuns, it really doesn't do much for you. So that's probably why people choose to run hardwire instead.
That's true.
And on a map like Detroit, it's not a big deal if people know where you're coming from, or since it's so close.
Yeah, I think this is the map that you could definitely run no blast suppressor, and it would affect you the least because there isn't that much verticality around the hills. I think, a map like Biolab, where you're constantly, jumping and using those exo abilities, I think that one would really hurt you. I think even retreat. I mean, just think about the verticality in some of the hills on retreat. That would definitely hurt you. But you see, most of the fights in this map are just kind of done straight flat land, no real verticality. So not really losing too much.
Yeah, as you see, Optic dominate the kill feed there until Sensor finally picks up a 2-piece. He's going to be fighting the back, try to get his team spawned and break this hill. I don't think they know he's in. Yeah, there it is. He gets cleaned up. And this is where Optic Gaming just locks down this green hill by focusing on back alley.
Yeah, And I think this is kind of what I was alluding to earlier. We were talking about, how Optic Gaming is playing lately. When you see Scump and Formal go off and Crim kind of go even, not really going super positive and helping Nade, this is when you see this team really shine. And you see that's exactly going on right now. Crim helping Nade around the hills, and then Scump and Formal just kind of being told, hey guys, go do what you want.
Yeah, you have two players here. Scump and someone behind them fighting for these spawns. They win that entry kill. And there it is. His teammates have ramp spawns.
Yep, and that's exactly how you break it.
Yeah.
But Doug Sensor Martin picking up some big kills at the ramp. Got another player to his left. It's going to be Formal. He's going to take him out. Formal, 2 players in front of him. He's going to drop. Scump, he's going to go down as well. So, nice hold of the hill from the Faze guys, but looks like Crimsic's going to jump in there like a madman. But, just constantly trading this hill. Huke, haven't talked much, but he is playing very well for Faze in this map. 31 and 27, leading them in kills.
Yeah, you can always depend on Huke to get kills. He's that upcoming player that just outbeats any other player that's on the come up. He's a good slayer, young player, and he's really humble. For all the attention he's been getting, he's a really humble kid.
Yeah, I had it's actually kind of funny. I had Advanced Warfare 3 or 4 days early. I was playing it online a little bit, and I was playing with Legion, and we ended up getting in a lobby with Huke, and I had no idea who he was previous to Advanced Warfare, and he was dropping like 70 on us a game, and I was like, I know this guy's pretty good, but once everybody gets the game, you won't even know who this guy is. And I come in one weekend to cast like a 5K, and I'm like, oh my god, this is the Huke guy, and he dropped like 60 on Optic Nation. I was like, oh wow. I was like, maybe it just wasn't pubs. This guy is the real deal. But no, how different would rosters look if he was eligible for COD Champs?
Oh, I forgot who I was talking about. Is if he got on that Stunner squad. Stunner was like the obvious squad. They had a disappointing play. I had them qualifying, one of the 14 to qualify.
Yeah.
They had a disappointing placement. They made a change, and I expected him to pick up Huke. He's young. I think TJ's not of age, so like Stunner's not a champs team. So I mean that was the best team for him to land. But if he was of age, rosters will for sure.
I casted that Stunner team as Optic Gaming's gonna win this. It's mathematically impossible for them not. I casted that Stunner team, the new one, in the 5K. And I tell you what, if that was the team that they had at Columbus, I think they definitely qualify for the league. They look very good.
They're like, what, back-to-back runner-ups in 5Ks?
Yeah. I mean, TJ Haley, he looks like a completely different player.
Yeah. We'll see. I have Stunner. Stunner for sure will be one of those teams that can break the top 8.
Yeah.
If they clutch up in their top 8 match, I can see it happening. They just have to. Because at Nashville, that Stunner squad with Vex, there was what, Vex, TJ, Perplexed, and Colchan. So it's Huke for Colchan. They took all of us, or it was me, it was us, Rise, Optic, and EG. It was a death pool at Nashville. They took us to last map. Every single team they took to last map. They just couldn't clutch up that 5th map. So I think if they clutch up at this event, they can easily place top 8.
Yeah, they're going to be a team to look out for, placing top 8 at this next event. But right there, we see Optic Gaming taking that first Detroit hardpoint. Yeah, that was dominant, 250 to 141 against Faze. So when we come back, we're going to have map number 2 in this series between Optic Gaming and Faze. Stay tuned, guys.